Hey you, it's Jess here and so nice to see you. Today we're doing a mid-year flip through of my reading journal. I apologize it's so late, but I've been working on it and I think there's still an unfinished spread for the first half of the year, but I'm finally getting around to filming and putting this up on the channel. I had to focus on my plan with me's for a bit. But let's have a flip through of my mid-year reading journal. This is a Notebook Therapy Cafe Nico journal, which is like a soft cloth cover. I just loved the sort of calico cat on the cover. I don't think they have this on their website anymore because it was like limited edition, but Notebook Therapy have a ton of other journals, and you can see, yeah, we are halfway through the year and it is already very, very full because I've been doing a ton of like full sticker journaling in here. And that's okay. I have enough room for the rest of the year, so it'll just be very, very chunky. It's just funny because last year and the year before, I used a Notebook Therapy journal and I used it across 2 years, and this is what it looked like then. This fits 2 years in it, and I will say this Notebook Therapy, the elastic pulled out, fell out, and one of the ribbons also fell out. So across 2 years of use, this one did get a bit battered. But so far this one is lasting the year. I've got both ribbons and my elastic intact. But let's have a flip through, especially if you haven't seen this before. I do have a setup video. I did it in December last year, and it is in my 2025 Planmas playlist. So if you want to see all that kind of things. But I do have a setup of the beginning of the year on my channel. In the front, I just have this SPC reading journal one, and you're able to put your name in, so I just put in my name, Jessica. And then I just have some SPC pattern paper here on the side, and then I use some bits and pieces. Again from SPC, I wanted to use all of her She did a bunch of headers and labels using this label maker style for stickers, so I wanted to use that for the whole journal kind of thing in the setup. And we just have a guest check in the background, a little journaling layering. Then the first 2 pages we have my goals and my read every day. My read every day is going really well, so I'm really happy with it. This is a sticker again from SPC. All of this is SPC, otherwise told you about it. So assume everything, unless I tell you it's not, is from Scribble Prints Co, which is linked down below in my description box. And I also have a referral link, so you get some money off on your first purchase if you wish. And I get points back, but I am accumulating points to become a giveaway very soon. So I start off with the goals page. So goals was on a page by SBC, and then because I'm friends with the SBC person, Andrea, I asked her if she could make just like some stickers that I could print off to do my own headers for my own specific pages so they would match. And don't quite match because her printer did black a lot deeper than mine. So I did do read every day, but she did make this as a custom digital for me. But yeah, so my goals are 20 books in 2026. I haven't completed that yet, but I am very, very close. One Piece, read my volumes that I own. I haven't picked up a One Piece yet this year. Oopsies. Goodreads, complete goal of 40 books. I am almost done with that, which I can't believe it. I've been reading a lot better this year than I did last year. Series, work on 5 series, and I have worked on 5 of them. And then art journal January to complete it. I did do this art journal January prompt list, which I'll show you very soon. So yeah, I love how these are going, and I can't believe I read every single day in June and July. Very happy with myself. Then we have most anticipated releases, which is kind of a messy page. I haven't actually bought any books from this page yet because I just haven't had the money to buy lots of new books. I've been working on my TBR or working on other series that I've been picking up books for, although I really do need to pick up Pretenders to the Throne by Adrian Tchaikovsky because I have completed, caught up to that. I'm also caught up to the Tapestry of Fate by Shannon Chakraborty, and Platform Decay by Martha Well. And eventually I'll get through these books, but at least I have a list of them to know that I want them and when they came out. Then this is my 20, let me first check that there's nothing, no, that's all SPC. We have 20 books in 2026, another custom that I printed off because she did release one that said 26 books, but I never got 25 books done last year, so I put it as 20 books. And I am actually almost finished with this. I only have 2 books left, which I think is doing really, really well. So I'm really happy with that. And most of these books have been good. It's just The Fires of Heaven, Wheel of Time that kind of let me down, but that's just a long haul series, you know. And then I have my reading log, and this is just where I can write down the numbers of books. I just put the title, the author name, and then I put as a number my star rating because I find that much easier to write down, much more room as well for what I want to put in here. And it's just nice to have a written list of what I've read during the year, because I don't want to, I love the look of book covers, but I find it there's so much printing every single time, and I like to fill up a page when I print because I print on sticker paper to make it easier for myself. So yeah, so I find it easier just to have a reading log written page. Then we have a wish list of books that I want to pick up. I picked up a few of them now so far. Although I haven't read Tyranny of Faith or Catalyst Gate yet, so I definitely have to get on those. But I caught up with those books, so I think they were on they were on sale kind of thing, so I picked those ones up. And then I tried out Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, because I know a lot of friends that read this were kind of iffy on this book, but I loved it, so I'm glad I picked it up. It was a really fun fairy book, with real folklore fairies, which I much prefer. But yeah, so far I haven't done too much book buying this year. Then I have my series tracker, which I definitely want to change up next year. Although I think with my series I'm going to have to do double spread. So far this is working okay. I just obviously have the name of the series and then the last name of the author and just how many books there are, and I just fill them in when I finish them. But I did finish the Lycanius trilogy this year. I finished the Bloodsworn saga so far. I finished rereading The Song of the Lioness by Tamara Pierce. I only have one more left of Murderbot, Live Ship Traders, one more of Tyrant Philosophers, although I will say Murderbot and Tyrant are not finished, I don't think. And of course Live Ship Traders, I already have the next trilogy in the Realm of the Elderlings, which is the Tawny Man. But I think I'm doing pretty well on here so far. I need to finish Protectorate. I can do that. But yeah, so I did some work on this, especially, considering I haven't bought any new books. I think I added, since I created the list, I'm not sure where I finished writing this, but I think Heralds of Valdemar and so on are kind of new in this page. Then I have my Kindle library and my Audible library. Those are just the services that are working for me right now, and I kind of want to finish, I kind of want to use what I already have, because a lot of these were gotten years ago. So I'm working on these. My Audible library is not so good. I need to actually start going back. It's because I have credits on my account, because that's what we get as gifts from our family, is credits on Audible. So I always have a credit just to pick up a new book like Emily Wilde, which I really enjoyed the audiobook of. But I really do need to go back and start reading what's in our collection. I'm going to do that in August. I'm going to read, I think it's written here. Or have I not written it? Where is the Genesis of Misery? So yeah, I'm going to read that here. I just found this useful because I like my bookshelf where I can just see what I have there. I find it difficult to keep track of what I have on either my digital libraries. So even though I do have my collection of printed up books, which I have here, which I keep I basically printed off my entire collection and then I alphabetized them. But they're still not separated between digital or digital audio. And I do tend to read an audiobook at the same time as a digital book. Like during the day when I work, I'll do an audiobook, and before sleep at night, I'll read a digital book or a physical book. So I like to know what I have in each collection, each library. So here I have a list so I can quickly have a look at where which one goes and what I have left to read, which is still a lot. So I'm trying not to actually add anything more to these lists, because if I pick up a new book, I read it right away. So I need to actually work on this existing list. But I just find this useful to have it written down somewhere, because I don't use, I just wanted it off the screen, you know, because I find that easier just to look when it's not on a screen. Then I have, once again, I should double check, everything is still SBC, I will say. Oh wait, was my series, yeah. So the next page, again, everything's SBC here. I have my Goodreads goal, which I printed off myself, and then I have ABC Challenge, which is from SBC. You can kind of see the difference. She has really amazing printing for black. So I decided to do 40 for my Goodreads goal this year. Let me have a look. I can't remember what my goal was last year. I don't remember anything about last year anymore. I really loved my Kindle Audible library last year, by the way. They look more like this themselves kind of thing. Oh, it was 50 last year, and I did do 50, but I didn't read like literally any books in November or December. I just had 2 months of no reading, so I put it down to 40, but I have hit 37 at the end of July. So I think I am good for my Goodreads goal. And then my ABC challenge is doing well. I do have an iBook that I have lined up for autumn. I'm about to read a G book. And then I have O and U easily available, and a K book somewhat. But I have nothing for X and Z. So I guess we'll see. Then my monthly faves page, which is these are the monthly stickers from SBC, but I cut them down because they're the full October, January. They were just too big for this page, so I cut them down and I cut the ends off so they still look like balanced. I think this came out really well. So these are my monthly faves for the first half of the year, which is, so I have two Tyrants of Philosopher Tyrants books from Adrian Tchaikovsky, City of Last Chances, and House of Open Wounds. And I have two Lycanius trilogy books, An Echo of Things to Come and The Light of All That Falls by James Islington. I just really enjoyed those books. In April, I finished up A Bloodsworn Saga, so The Fury of the Gods was my favorite book there by John Gwynne. And in the May, which was my, I needed comfort reads after The Fury of the Gods. I had a huge hangover after that. Not that it was a good book, obviously, but I was just like, I'm drained. So I was like, you know what, I'll try Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, because it's described as romantasy, which I haven't enjoyed so far, and also cozy, which I haven't really enjoyed the cozy book I've read either. But this one, I loved it. Maybe because I was an academic as well, so I understand the academic stuff, the humor. But so I love that book. So that was my favorite in May. So yeah, they're all a bit repetitive, but that's how it's going, and I'm working on my series. So I also have SBC brought out these seasonal bingo boards, and I put these in here with my stickers that I made from my Patreon, which is now closed. But I'm glad that I had enough sticker releases to fill out these bingo boards, because I think they turned out really cute. These are manufactured professionally, and I was really, really proud of my stickers. But first with the winter bingo, because winter was the start of the year, and I did get a bingo through the middle of blue and silver cover and book gifted to you. That said, during winter, a cozy book and novella or short read. Then we have spring bingo, and I got bingo again. Flowers on the cover, book under 250 pages, Been on Your TBR Forever, and romance novel. And I think romance novel was probably, It was probably Emily Wilder. I decided, you know what, I'm going to put it as a romance because there's romance in it. And it was a romance that I actually liked because it wasn't like the main focus. But I did enjoy their sort of like, I don't know, their banter. So then I am working on Summer Bingo still. Obviously we finished July, but August is the last summer month for me. So I still have some chances in here, but I did get a bingo already. So over 500 pages, hyped book talk pick, yellow or orange cover and set during summer. And we still have a couple here left. And then I'll be doing the fall or autumn bingo. So that one is left there. And again, these are more of my Patreon stickers, which I'm afraid you can't get right now. Although I have a bunch of these, so eventually I'll figure something out. But I'm glad I got to use them. And then I just used these different matching kind of gingham backgrounds from SPC to go with it. I think it turned out really cute with this, seasonal bingos. And then I do have a page here for my yearly wrapped. I decided to put this in first because I didn't read in November, December last year, I kind of gave up on my reading journal as well. And I never did like a yearly wrapped for 2025. So I'm like, I'll put this in here. So even if I'm tired at the end of the year, I can still go and fill this in and have something for my end of year stats. So that's just waiting there. Then we start in January, and this is what my January dashboard turned out. And I'm pretty much working from this like vibe since then. I've been getting the creative journaling kits or junk kits from SPC, and she always has like a guest check in there, which I really like to be able to write my TBR, and I like to be able to tick that I've done it, the book name and the format that I read it in, so audio, physical, digital. It's just nice. Then I'm going to have my book covers and my star ratings. You will see that I haven't done like any actual journaling of reading in here because I was trying to do that the last 2 years and I just really, really struggled with it for multiple reasons. And I decided, you know what, I don't really need to write about my books. I can actually, if I look at a book cover, I can tell you what the book was about. And most of my thoughts and considerations on it. I decided this year not to do less journaling and more creative collaging and memory keeping, but maybe next year I'll have some more journaling. We'll just have to see. This is how I'm going about it this year, and I find it a lot less stressful. So I read a bunch of books in January after reading nothing for 2 months, so I was really happy about that. And then I did the Art Journal January Daily Prompt List from virgoandpaper.com. And they just have this really good printout that I put here. And I did all 31 days in this journal. Obviously it fills it up a lot. And I will say this is not just a reading journal. It has other stuff in it too, as you will see. And I think next year when I do my setup, I'm going to include more of that stuff. I'm still figuring out exactly what I want to include in a journal, but this is like my everything journal, to be honest. It is not just reading, and I just don't like having more than one journal to work with. So this has everything in it. So these will be all the prompts. So you're 2026 prompt. This was like a self-portrait prompt, which I did draw myself very messily, but added lots of stickers that I thought represented me. And just a few different prompts here. We got some current favorites. We have a word for the year, which I can never pick a word, so I just put live. I should live. Continue to live. So all of this obviously is not just SPC. All of this is SPC though. And here we have a whole mix of stuff. We got stuff from Sticky, Soup Story, we have Infinity Nikki sticker here. Just some Korean stickers here and there, so a big mix. So not everything is SPC in here. These are SPC. Then Live, SPC. These are from Korean stickers that I bought from different Korean sticker shops. And here, these are Pipstick stickers that Andre from SPC gifted to me. But the guest check in the backgrounds are all SPC. These are SPC as well. just like in my pocket kind of thing. These stickers, I can't remember the name at the top of my head, but they will be listed down below in the sticker list. I think they start with an M or something, but you'll see in the sticker list, it won't be too long, the shop list, so you should be able to find them. But these are really cute, how to journal. I used one of their stickers here as well, but again, I drew this background with my Tombow markers, which I think is a cool way to do that. But again, SPC stuff up here. This is a little SPC gratitude page. This like little map of my brain I printed off from Canva. It was a free image on Canva. Then I paired it up with some SPC stickers. Then this was like song lyrics, and this was a printed off. These are song lyrics from Infinity Nikki and artwork for Infinity Nikki, but then we have some SPC stickers and some washi from Simply Gilded. I really loved this song Collide from the newer Infinity Nikki update. Really, really beautiful song. And then this one was, the thing this problem was overlapping, and some of the stuff is SPC as well as like stuff from her junk journal kit, like bits and pieces like these lace doilies. And then this note paper for the cat is from Sticky Club or Sticky. So a bunch of stuff there. And then this is a page about my cat. You can see here, this is Heidi. And then this was art by Tuna commission that I got for her to draw my cat. And then these stickers are that's from Pipsticks, I think. And then these ones are from Amazon. And then some of these are Korean. So yeah, a mix of cats there. Then this coffee page, these stickers from SPC. I just love coffee. Then this one I drew entirely by myself. It's supposed to be like a screenshot of your like art library, and I just decided to draw what was on my library, which is like food, snow at the time, pictures of my cat. They have morning routine, which is SPC. Then this was again all drawn by me, which is a day in colors. And then this was supposed to be like a transformation. So this is art that I did in 2017, and this is art that I did in 2026 to show that, you know, how far that I've come in my art journey, I guess. Then all of these stickers are SPC as well with different journaling prompts. This was an extra TBR wish list for more books that I want to pick up, which I haven't gotten yet. But this is some Korean stickers as well with some SPC. Then we have, this is supposed to be like a home, about my home kind of page. And this was a sticker set from SPC that I drew that gave me the vibes of where I live. Travel memory. These are older SPC stickers, but this was like talking about our trip to London. Then, I know some more SPC stuff here. This was like a vision board with a whole bunch of SPC stickers. All these ones with the cat and food, those are from Sticky as well. Otherwise, I think everything else is from SPC. Then just have like trinkets, more SPC stickers. And then these ones are from Simply Watercolor Co., the little Sanrio ones. And then Improve. SPC again. All of these are SPC too. And this was like the end of the January journaling. So yeah, it was fun to do. Then I had a page about the Animal Crossing 3.0 update. And these are stickers from Odd Loop, as well as some ones that I designed and the SPC printed of like Animal Crossing design that I did in winter for the update. But I honestly didn't love the update that much. It's fine. But I'm already kind of like done with the game, I guess. And then I talked about Infinity Nikki, the game that I played. It's a live update game, and each update gets its own soundtrack, and the music is chef's kiss, 100% every single update, amazing music. So I like to put the soundtracks in here and just put in my favorite track of each soundtrack. And you can see Collide here, which is that song we journaled about. And we had a journaling page of. So this was like the 2.0 albums that came out. So you'll see more of those later. Then we have my February dashboard, again with that same kind of deal with the guest check. as my TBR list and my book covers. Again, SPC art. And these this playlist background I got off of Canva, again, a free Canva background element. Then March was very different because I did a Realmathon. The Realmathon, which was this year, was the Crucible. And I was on the team with the Cleric, so there's like all sorts of prompts and points. This is SPC stickers with art that I did for my fantasy reading series kind of thing. So this is a very different setup. I don't love it as much as my other pages, but you know, we have what we have. My camera is overheating, so we will finish up with March and I'll come back after a break. But these are the books that I read for the Realmathon, and my team came third. And now I'm going to take a break because my camera is hot and the battery's dying. Alright, I'm back and my camera seems to have cooled down now. It's just warm today. Finally in Finland. Anyway, so we're up to, I did this spread for the game Pokopia that came out, and I used SPC Pokemon journaling kit, and then I have all of these screenshots that I printed off from that I took in the game, which I thought was really fun. I love how this one came out. Then I also did and I will say I did this one first and then I did this one, and I feel like I'm getting better at these spreads. But I did do a spread for One Piece Season 2 of the live action, and I printed off and just saved a picture of like the animated Lucky. I have some screenshots from the Season 2 of the show, some extra little bits here and there. And then I also had these stickers, that were Hello Kitty Chopper stickers that I had from Japan when I went in 2012, I think, would have been when I got these. So a long time ago, but the stickers are still good. I still had them, so I used them. And so that was my One Piece Season 2 live action page. Then we have another Infinity Nikki playlist where I used leftovers of a Scribble Prints Co kit, and love the way these came out. And then I do have a page for Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. This was a reread for me, and I loved it again on reread. It's another 5-star read both times that I read it. And I was really happy with how this spread came out. I was able to, so on Yumi and the Nightmare Painter has a bunch of illustrations throughout the book. But you can only get those illustrations if you get the Dragon Steel hardcover version, which I did. I also got this version of it as well because I love this cover too. But so the first time I read it, I think I read it as an audiobook because we backed the secret projects, and I just looked at the images online. So you can get these illustrations that come with the book on the Dragonsteel website. But this time I actually read the hardcover so I could see the illustrations throughout the story. And I just love these. I think all the art from Yumi was just so beautiful. So I printed off a bunch of that, and then I paired it with this sticky, and then I also printed off this photo of stacked rocks because it references the book. And then I had these sticky pages stickers of this like blue artist stickers, and I thought it would go perfect with this spread because this book is about artists. And yeah, so I love how that came out. I was inspired by Kirsten. Again, I'll link Kirsten as well down there. She does planning and reading journal stuff, mostly reading journal stuff now, but she works at SBC. And Kirsten has been doing these pages of her favorite books each month, where she has the book cover and then like images and stickers that go with it. So I wanted to try that out as well. Then April, this was Magical Readathon month, the spring equinox. So these 4 books were part of my like curriculum, like the prompts that I had to do for my character. And then I ended up having time to read a 5th book. But that's why this one is looks like this. This is all SPC stickers as well. But because Magical Readathon is a fantasy themed readathon, I wanted to do a fantasy theme for the stickers, and I think it turned out really pretty. And then I did a spread for the Interview with the Vampire, the first 2 seasons of the show, which were called The Interview with the Vampire. It has now been renamed to The Vampire Lestat, which I still need. I haven't done a spread. I'm planning to do a spread for that. That season just came out, and they've already renewed it for The Queen of the Damned. But yeah, so when we've got a month of Netflix to watch One Piece when it came out. We're like, okay, what else are we gonna watch? Because we have a month of Netflix. So we saw the Interview of the Vampire was on there, and I've heard good stuff about it. So I finally watched this, and I was obsessed, and I love the way the spread turned out for the show. I haven't read the books, and I do want to pick up at least the first book by Anne Rice for October. Some spooky reading, but the TV show is just amazing. I love it so much. And I mostly filled this up with fan art and also these posters that they made for the second season of the show. Then you also have a painting of Lestat that's in the show, and then this meme, Welcome Home Cheetah, which I just made me laugh. But there's some amazing fan art, and the other stickers that are on here are also from SPC. Just a mix of things that turned out to be perfect for the show, I think. So yeah, loved the way this came out. Then we had my May dashboard, and I had a huge hangover from my April books, so I only read 3 books in May. But the first Arrows of the Queen by Mercedes Lackey I really enjoyed, but I feel like the other 2 books really dropped off. So while I like the first book, and it's really cozy and like a really cute coming of age kind of story, I can't recommend the rest of it. I don't know about the rest of her series, but we will see. And then I finally read Encyclopedia of Fairies and loved it. As you can see, I had a whole lot of plans to read on my TBR, and I just didn't end up reading them. I read like the first couple sentences of The Incandescent, and I was like, wait, this is an autumn book, so I'm going to push that back. And I just didn't have the mental energy to read some of these other books. So but that was a cute little kawaii groceries theme from SBC. And then I did a page for the TV show Young Sherlock, which they're currently filming the second season, so I'm really excited. And the background stickers are from SBC, but these stickers as well as the so all of these like decorative stickers as well as the letters for Young Sherlock are from Hello Petite paper, which should be listed down below. And it has different vibes to what I usually can get from SBC, so I'm happy to pick up the Hello Petite paper stickers. And a lot of this is actually like meme stuff. So this is like a behind the scenes picture here, as is this one. And then we have like honk me me me, me to Silas Holmes, I'll kill you. And then we have like his brother, and it's like, this too shall pass, but holy F. Anyway, I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was super fun. It's Guy Ritchie Young Sherlock on Prime. And I watched it for Donald Finn, who I'm obsessed with, and everyone in the show I think was really, really good. And I just printed off this picture as also of Oxford because it's set at Oxford University in the Victorian period, but love the show. And they have a kind of similar thing in that way because I'm obsessed with Donald Finn now. We watched The Other Bennett Sister, which is BritBox and BBC, because Donald Finn's in here, and this is a Regency, and obviously this is like a fan fiction based on Mary Bennett, the other Bennett sister. And the first 2 episodes are basically the Pride and Prejudice books from Mary's point of view, and then the rest is like a made-up story about her, although she's made up entirely. But so the backgrounds, again, background papers are SBC, but these stickers are Maragona Sully. And I thought they worked perfectly color-wise and theme-wise, and then I saw it was also full of ducks, which is perfect if you watch The Other Bennett Sister and the drawing of ducks. But yeah, so I love the way this came out. I just found all these screenshots off Pinterest and printed them off. Our happiness is in our own hands. And I really enjoyed The Other Bennett Sister. And I'm so excited to see the Christmas special episodes. And then I did this page for the new Olivia Rodrigo album, and my favorite song on there, which is Stupid Song. And all of this, so I printed these like collages from Pinterest I just found on there. And then I printed off the words of some of the lyrics from the chorus. And then all the other stickers on here are SBC, except for the shiny gold ones, which I actually just found at my local grocery store, like in the stationery section. So definitely look out for like stickers, even at the grocery store, because that's where I found the gold stars. But everything else is SPC, and I love the way it all came together. And then I do have an Infinity Nikki playlist again. And again, these are SPC stickers with the Canva playlist images. And then these are actually the soundtrack pictures from the game that they release on. I use Apple Music, so you can listen to them all on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. So, and then we have June, so almost done with this mid-year flip through. But June was again the same, but I used this fun like junk journaling kit from SPC, and I like how bright and colorful it was for the beginning of summer. And I read 4 books, so I was able to get back into book reading for this one. 2 not so great books here. Arrow's Fall, I cannot recommend at all. It's minimally 2 stars. And then the Wheel of Time is just, there's a lot of it. So I think overall the series will come together, but each subsequent book there's a lot of just stuff, I guess. But I did really enjoy The Light of All Falls. It was an amazing end of that trilogy. And then The Mad Ship, which I'm not loving. I've seen a thing where if you love the Assassin's Apprentice and the Assassin trilogy at the beginning of Robin Hobb's series, if you love that, you probably won't love the Live Ship Traders. And that's coming true for me. I'm not loving Live Ship Traders as much as I did the books about Fitz. But apparently the Tawny Man, the trilogy after this one, is just good for everyone. So I'm going to finish up here and continue on with the Realm of Elderlings for sure. Alright, and here I have 2 book spreads. I wanted to bring back what I did for Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, because I had some more good books. So this page is for Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I kind of designed these pages at different times, so they're kind of different formats, but I think that's fine. I was kind of playing around with how it could look. But Emily Wilde, there's a ton of fan art on Pinterest, and then I also had like other related pictures on there, and then I got a photo of like Norway and the fjords kind of thing that felt like it went with the Encyclopedia of Fairies story. And then these deco stickers are from Hello Petite paper. Again, this is like a fairies design. And then the background paper is from SPC. For the rest, I just printed off from Pinterest. Now, The Light of All That Falls, the background papers are SPC again, but these are all Pinterest stuff. There's like no fan fiction for the Lycanius trilogy, or there might be fan fiction, but there was no fan drawings, unlike with Emily here. So I just picked up some that are not related, but they go with it. So this feels like these images here feel like 3 of the characters for me. They just sort of a stand-in for that. And then I had pictures of the vibes of the last book there, and I just put some gold stars to make it fun. I don't know. I didn't really have any deco stickers that went with this page, so that's why I put in the gold stars. And then I did a monthly stats for my January through June stats, because obviously I didn't have a stats at the beginning. So I have just the amount of books, the pages, the hours, and then my average star rating, which I get from Storygraph. And these the backgrounds are from SPC, and I thought that they're like busy enough that I didn't need to put deco on them as well. And then this page was 6 months of my art, because I draw and sell clip art, which can be found on my shop, and I picked my favorite from each month. I don't have February here because that art was a custom for SPC and it hasn't been released yet, so I didn't want to like spoil the art. So I've set that up, and once the art is out, I'm going to stick it into my journal. I just didn't want to accidentally show it off in videos, so I've just put that away and I will add it later. But in January I made this like ancient Chinese themed art. Then spring, I did for Easter, I did some spring folklore art, folk art. Then I did an ancient Greek kind of art for the Odyssey. Then we have Pride Beach for Pride art, which obviously I used in July actually. And then I did this sort of seaside art, which could also be used for like Widow's Bay if you wanted. But that is those pages. And then I do have a page spread lined up for Widow's Bay, but I'm waiting for stickers that aren't going to come in until August for me to do this spread. And I still haven't picked exactly what like pictures and screenshots I want to use yet, but I do plan to do a Widow's Bay spread. And then because June is the beginning of summer, I put here a summer bucket list. And these are from SPC as well, like these really fun papers and these little stickers. And I just cut these out on paper and glued them in, my sort of summer bucket list that I would like to do. And then once summer is done, I'm going to print off a whole bunch of photos that I took, and they're going to be layered over on this side. I've already got a bunch to put here. So that will be filled in later, it won't be blank. But one of my ones I've done, the thing I've done best is my Eat Summer Fruits, because I've had watermelon, I've had rock melon, which apparently we only Australia and New Zealand call it rock melon. In the rest of the world, it's cantaloupe. But I will always think of it as rock melon. Rock melon, pineapple, strawberries, raspberries. We've had some mango. Yeah, lots of delicious fruit. So I'm doing the best on that one. I've done some walks as well. And we did eat lunch out. And that is the end of my mid-year spread, because then you get into July and that's the next half of the year. And I can't believe we've already finished half a year. But that was my, so you can see this is half a year in this journal, and then I have this for the rest of the year. I have actually planned out how many pages I'm allowed. So like, this is where December is, if I have like, give myself a couple of spreads each month. But I have room to do more spreads or less spreads. So in case there's like shows or games or books that I want to add. But that was my mid-year flip through of my journal. I think this is my third year of properly reading journaling, and I think this is my favorite journal so far. I've loved the way it's come out. I love the setup. I've already started planning like what I want to do for my setup for next year. I've got some spread ideas here, but yeah, I'm overall pretty happy with how the first half of the year is gone. And I'm still experimenting with how I want to journal in my journal. So, you know, as the years go by, I feel out more and more what you like and what you want to do for it. But yeah, I'm happy so far. But if you like this flip through, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. I film all of these spreads, and there's a ton on a playlist of my 2026 reading journal. I also have my past reading journal as well on here, and obviously we'll continue filming the setups for the rest of the year. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.